bringing to you Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 1st of October, 2015. The moon today will be in the latter portion of the sign of Taurus as it makes its way through the nakshatra of Krittika. You know, when there's something that we don't want to face, the very suggestion of it being a truth can come across to us as an insult. But something that you need to know today and take on board is that you are not now on the receiving end of an overly critical universe. Rather, you're being offered constructive support, which it would really help you out on your path should you only wish to heed the truth of the situation. Neither perceive input today as being destructive. Also, don't be too quick to be too harsh on yourself. The energetic environment today is one where things can either be perceived as criticism or you can criticize yourself and give yourself too hard of a time today. And should you fall into that trap, it's just going to kind of create a downward spiral where you're going to get into a position where you're further and further sucked in rather than accomplishing the things that you're really hoping to accomplish today. So don't get caught up in petty disputes today of either the inner or the outer sort. Doing so is just going to distract you from freeing yourself from a difficult situation, which is what you're trying to focus your attention on at the moment in the first place. Krittika is a nakshatra that's very desire-driven, and it's associated with the fire god Agni. So it has a very purifying effect, but it also has an effect that can burn. I often like to use the analogy of imagining a cosmic umbilical cord in terms of explaining the energy of Krittika, right? Through that umbilical cord, we receive nourishment. But if that cord gets kind of clogged up, well, then we're not able to receive that nourishment properly, right? Nourishment can come in the form of truth. It can come in the form of wisdom being offered to us. It can come to us in the form of being able to have the proper perspective or have right judgment on something. But if we're unable to do any of those things, well, then we kind of get, caught up in a difficult situation. And usually that happens because the ego gets in the way. The ego doesn't want to listen. It wants to see itself as being the entity that's running the show, when in reality, it's not. The lunar tithi today is Krishna Panchami. It's the 5th day of the dark half of the moon. And with this particular energy, there's the propensity to get pulled into something when you would do much better to separate yourself from it. You may find yourself in a position where you're getting dissatisfied. Nothing is good enough. You're not receiving the level of abundance that you would hope to receive in terms of this particular situation. And when I say abundance, I mean that can come in the form of wisdom, guidance, or getting the results that you're looking to get from a particular situation. The solar lunar yoga today is Siddhi, which means accomplishment. So you're hoping to accomplish something. You're hoping to accomplish the liberation from a difficult set of circumstances, but having some difficulty doing so. And that's because, well, you're acting out of balance in terms of the manner that you should be acting. In other words, what should flow freely to you is being blocked. Why? Because you're stepping in the way. How are you stepping in the way? Well, you're refusing to take a look at something that it would ultimately serve you best to take a look at. I'd be happy to offer you some guidance at the moment if you're having a difficult situation. I do offer several different tiers of astrological service. Those are available through my astrological services page. And you should see a little eye in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you click on that eye, that will bring up a little link that you can click on that will take you to my astrological services page, where you can book one of several different types of astrological service. I offer several different tiers of astrological service, dependent upon your needs, how many questions you have, what you're looking for information on. I am also starting a predictive course using intermediate level predictive techniques to narrow an event window down to 1 or 2 days and then predict an event. If you'd like to participate in that particular course, that starts on the 10th of October, and you can find further information by visiting the course page, which you should also now see linked through the eye in the upper right-hand corner of the video. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 1st of October, 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.